In today's tutorial, I'm using my She Rises pattern to create this beautiful silhouette design. I chose vibrant fabrics because I wanted the piece to celebrate strength, culture, and creativity. These are the fabric that I'll be using for my She Rises pattern. I'm done tracing my pattern on the tracing paper. So I'm going to place the front of the pattern to the back of the base fabric while I trace it out. One of the things I love about She Rises pattern is how easily it adapts to different fabrics. Here I'm using bold African print to bring life and movement to the head wrap and garment. If you would like the She Rises printable pattern, it is available for download. I'll leave the link in the description below. While I'm done tracing the pattern on the base fabric, then I'll cut it out as the base for my She Rises pattern. One thing I really like about this pattern is that it's very versatile. You can use bold print, solids, or even fabric scraps to create something completely unique. You can see how beautiful it already looks. Now I've cut out the base of it. If you decide that you will want to use solids for this pattern, okay, you can go ahead and do that. But if you're making it with scraps, make sure that you have your pattern numbered. You number your patterns. When you trace them on your fabrics, you also make sure that you number them, so it's easier for you when you're making the placement. After numbering them, then I do the cutout. I cut the blouse out first, the face, then I'm left with the scarf itself. Okay, so my scarf it's already numbered. Before I cut it out in pieces, I cut the whole of the scarf out first. So in case you're doing just block, you don't want your pattern to be so much for you to handle, you are a beginner, you can just use one fabric to do that. Okay, just like I did with the black fabric as a base for the scarf. So now I'm cutting out the piece of the scarf. Okay, so depends on how you decide to design it. If you want to use different fabrics for all the patterns, if you want a plain fabric among them and all that, you can decide on how you want to do it. Just be creative about your creations. So now I'm tracing out the piece of the scarf from the pattern fabrics. Take your time to do that. Make sure that after tracing you number it. The number you have on the pattern, you write it down on the fabric itself, so when you're placing, it's easier for you to make your placement. After cutting, I begin to trace everything out. So I have all my pieces ready, then I start making my placement. After cutting out the scarf patterns, I also traced the blouse on the black fabric. So if you know that you're using just one piece of fabric, okay, for the blouse and for the scarf, you can do just that. Then I cut it out. So after cutting out the blouse, the base of the blouse, I decided to make it into 3 piece. Okay, so you can decide to do yours like that. You can make it just plain, depending on the kind of fabrics you have. You can just play with it. When I say play, I mean play with your creations, okay? Depending on how you're creative or how you intend to do your designs. So now for the glasses, I'm using a plain orange fabric, okay? I cut out the glasses from the tracing paper. I'm going to place it at the back of the orange fabric, trace, and then cut it out. So yeah, I'm done cutting out some of the pieces. I wanted to make some parts of the piece to be plain black. Okay, you can decide to try either. If you don't want all covered up with different kind of fabrics, you want to make it plain and patterned, you can mix 2 colors, a patterned one and a plain fabric. So I tried it in 2 ways here. so I brought it out. I felt the black was a bit much, so I had to cut one more piece, okay, to fill it in. Can see what I did here, so I felt no, I should cut out one more piece to color the black parts, and I did that. Done cutting, so I did the placement, and I think I love this better. You can see how beautiful it looks. Okay, so if you decide to do a plain and pattern style, okay, you can decide to do this. Just choose the part of the fabrics you will want to be plain, while where you want to put the pattern fabrics, then I put the orange glasses. Can you see how she is? Indeed, she rises. This is beautiful. Okay, you can see how the design is looking so cute, colorful, and very, very beautiful. This piece celebrates the beauty and strength of women. I hope this inspires you to create your own version of the She Rises design. I also decided to cover up all the parts with patterned fabric, so in case you don't want to make plain and pattern, you want it to be all patterned with a piece of the scarf, you can go ahead. You can see how beautiful it looks. Remember that this pattern is available on Seller, okay, and I'll put the link in the description box. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.